YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So we got a video on the PA01 Flysky transmitter today, and in this one I'm hopefully going to be showing you how to take it from AFHDS3 onto ELRS for the internal module. I know it's quite a requested feature, so I'm going to run you through how you do this, what you need, what to look out for, and yeah, let's bring you in for a close-up look and see how we get on with this one. So, first thing we're going to need is the PA01. We're going to need a Windows-based PC. Believe you should be able to do this on a Mac as well, but for me, I'm running Windows. It's just easier. We're going to need to go to the URL. I'll put this in the description, but it's for the open source assistant. We're going to need the original Flysky USB-C data cable. I say use one of these original cables because they are high quality and they do have all the data pins connected. So it does stop you getting weird issues where things don't detect properly or things disconnect halfway through the update. So once we've got open source assistant open, we've got radio, firmware and RF. We're going to click on RF. If you see here, we've got ELRS and AFHDS3. So we're going to go to ELRS. We're going to click on this. We're going to select transmitter. We're going to select the PA01. And then it says select firmware version. Now you've got the 3602 or the 360. So have a read up on the ELRS version that you require, so you can choose whichever one you need. And then the bottom one, it's asking you if you want to do it by Wi-Fi or pass-through. I'd go through pass-through. Next step, it'll load as firmware. So this is where we're going to need to get the transmitter connected. So if we go onto the transmitter itself, you want to go onto radio settings, and then if we come all the way across to as hardware setting, if you scroll down, the USB serial port, we need this set to CLI. So you've got Lua, telemetry mirror off, or CLI. Select CLI. Then we can back out of that. Then if you click on the connection guide, if we look at the UART flashing, if we scroll down here, it does say before you start writing, make sure you download and install the correct driver. So I'm going to download that. For me, I always keep a link on desktop for assistant. So in here, I have all the files for all my transmitters. So I've got a PA01 folder. So I'm going to just create a little folder in here. So if you just name it PA01 driver. And then we can download the driver into that folder. So once we've got the driver downloaded, we can go into our assistant folder. We go down to his PA01 folder, into his driver, right click on it and then open. So we need to get his driver installed correctly. So where it's got a company name, you can enter anything you like in there. Leave it to all users, and then we just need to leave all this as stock, and we need to make sure the driver installs. You'll get another prompt come up. It's basically just installing the STM driver. You can leave all these and just click through them. So the auto update bit doesn't really matter, you can cancel that off. Then what we're going to need to do is go back to our page with the flashing software on. So we go back to the open source software. We're going to click on RF now, click ELRS. We can go back into here, make sure we've got everything selected. We're going for the HTX pass-through. So now re-download the software again for us. Once we're on this page, we then can connect our transmitter. We'll go down to serial VCP. We also need to just go through to radio settings, scroll down, make sure your USB VCP is set to CLI. So you've got lure, telemetry mirror, off, or CLI. Make sure it's on CLI. And we come back out. So we should now be able to click connect. You'll see the transmitter detected. On mine it says COM port 4. So we can click connect on that. It'll come through. It says next. So we can click on that. It says you're all set. Basically tells you what it's going to flash and to where. So we can click start flashing. And for this I like to do it in real time just to show you how long it takes. I don't like to skip any of these bits just in case you guys are watching and you're wondering as it froze. You can just watch my video and see what it does. If you're not getting the next option come up, you've probably not finished installing your driver, so it won't detect the actual PA01 in flashing mode. It does need that STM driver to be able to detect the transmitter correctly. But don't worry if you have to cancel the are you connected to internet to update it, it doesn't matter. But this is certainly a much requested feature. I would have loved to see an on-device switcher. Not sure whether somebody can actually script this or whether the HTX team could build in the flasher to HTX. Would be fantastic. But I think mainly you're either going to want to use the ELRS or you're going to want to run AFHDS3. I don't think there's going to be many situations where you're going to mix them. There is advantages to ELRS, it's cheaper, you've got a lot of choice of receivers. There's also advantages to running AFHDS3 with the iBus 2, and technically AFHDS3 can support higher bit rate end to end all the way through from transmitter, receiver and servo. Just depends what you need. But basically that's it. So after flashing's complete, you've got a guide what you can learn how to operate the transmitter, and it basically just tells us on the transmitter itself. Sorry, the refresh rate's a bit out of step with my camera, but on the transmitter itself I would power cycle it. So if we disconnect it and we power off, and then we want to power back on.
Welcome to HTX.
And we should be able to go into radio settings. Should be able to come across now. And if we scroll down, you should be able to put it on crossfire. And then you've got your baud rate settings. So set your internal to crossfire. And we've got external turned off. So as long as you do it in them two places, basically you should be good to go. It is worth reading through this. It does tell you what to look out for and gives you a brief guide on how to set it up. So hopefully That makes a whole lot of sense to you. And you've now got your PA01 fully compatible with ELRS. Quite a painless process. Just make sure that you have the driver fully installed first. It'll save you a lot of headache. So let's wrap this one up. So there you have it, the PA08 converted to Crossfire or ELRS, however you want to call it. Quite a painless process, quite easy to do, and yeah, really nice that we've got the option of doing this. I know a lot of guys run ELRS. It's very, very popular with flight and some boats and things, so don't really see so much with land vehicles, but maybe will get more popular over time. I know there is a few guys using it. But yeah, hopefully that quick guide helps you out and points you in the right direction. Main thing to watch out for is make sure you've got the settings correct on the transmitter, else it won't be detected. So when you connect it via USB, it's the bottom option, the VCP I think it were, or VPC, whatever. And then go into the options and make sure you select CLI. Also make sure the driver has fully installed. Then go back onto your updater site, the firmware flashing site, and that'll talk you through doing the actual connection and everything. Use the Flysky cable. If not, use a really good quality cable. Most of the issues I see people having with not detecting, not completing flashes, things like that, it's all down to not using a correct cable, and they're going to pan shop and buying a USB-C cable, and they're not very good. Basically, you get a lot of interference on them. A lot of the cables aren't full data pin connected. It just causes problems. But thanks a lot for watching Wtf Rc Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, chat to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.